Stephen McArdle, and I'm from BMF Advertising. It's one of those things I've been aware of but never really thought about too much, and it came up in conversation at work, and someone just said, why don't you do that? And I thought that was a good challenge. As a business, we do quite a lot of work for different charities, and we do quite a lot of work for government and quite sort of purpose-driven organisations. So I kind of felt like a natural thing to get involved in, but I really hadn't thought about homelessness as an issue before. I suppose I came along tonight, so it was kind of leaping into a little bit of the unknown, but it's been a great experience. I mean, to be honest, it was one of those things I hadn't given much thought to at all, and I suppose that's in many ways is the major problem. I mean, it's almost like it's a bit of one of those invisible issues. I'm used to, whether I've living in London or living in Australia, you are aware that it's there, but it just kind of becomes a bit invisible to you. So I didn't really have a huge point of view about it, other than clearly it's not a great thing to have in society. But I'd never really thought of the reasons why it existed to the scale it does. For me, I think probably the biggest thing from before tonight to where I am now and this evening is how incredibly relatable it is. That sort of notion that any of us could be in that situation with a few twists and turns in our life, a few more downs than ups, and we could all be in that spot where we're just our lives a bit out of control and we're found without a home. And it's actually not one of those things that is a million miles away from me or you or all of us. It's actually really, really close and very relevant, and that those people in that position, they clearly don't want to be in that position, and we can do simple things to make a huge difference to those people's lives. So yeah, it's just really simple things, but it's just made me understand that it needs more attention. It can benefit greatly from relatively small amounts of help, and it's an issue we should all be more cognizant of, I suppose. Just a huge thank you for everyone who's chipped in. I think I managed to pull together about 6,000, which is wasn't quite up to the 100,000. I think so the winner of the winner managed to build up, but a massive thank you. I mean, I know a lot of people get asked for a lot of money along the way, but it's great, I think, for people to dig deep and still be incredibly generous and give both their time and money and effort and energy, like all of you guys as well. I think it's fantastic to see. I think that is also probably one of the greatest things about a night like tonight, is seeing humanity wanting to do good for other human beings, which is always kind of warming and reassuring. So thank you to those people that contributed. That's a good and interesting and odd question. I don't know. I suppose walking out the agency this evening, there's a lot of people cheering in a slightly overexcited manner. I don't know what the motivations and inspiration for those cheers were, but I think everybody was, everyone's behind it. I don't know whether any particular individual. I don't think my wife was particularly excited, but that's a whole other story. It's a whole other reel of film.